This is the key to crafting your unique drum sound. They're called bits. Okay, so drum bits, not a real term yet. One of my students coined this phrase because she noticed that over the course of like 4 measures in a song, things would change, but they were just subtle changes. It wasn't like drum fills, and it wasn't the groove changing completely, and it wasn't going from hi-hats to a ride. So here's another quick example of that. By the way, the examples I'm using in this video are part of my 7 free drum lessons called Perfect Practice Routine. I don't know why I'm trying to show you that. I'll throw it up on the screen, but there will be a link in the description. If you go there, you can download all of these. You can see them. I'm going to play the rest of them so you can refer back to them, what's on the sheet. Okay, so here's another example in 4/4 of drum bits, or again, slight changes over the course of a groove. So again, small changes. Sometimes there's a crash. There's not a crash every measure. If you think about the song Back in Black, the chorus of that song, it does a crash at the beginning of every single measure throughout that whole chorus. And that one doesn't really change. He does do some of these things where it is just a slight change over time. The drum fill at the end of phrases changes in that song. Another really good example is if you listen to Weezer at all, especially, well, really all of it, but go back to the Blue Album and the Green Album because they're the best. Pat from Weezer uses these kinds of things all the time. So like in Undone, that's a good example. It kind of starts here. Small changes like that, and the chorus is like, I think it's like this. And there's not a lot to it, but there are small changes that really like propel the music forward, propel the rest of the band and give it energy and forward motion. So that's kind of what we're doing here. And that's why I think it's so important to learn these things from other drummers. Again, download the sheet. You'll find a lot of examples there and kind of copy what they're doing so that you can start to find your own voice. Here's another example, more of a punk rock kind of thing. So again, that's number 3 on the sheet, by the way. It's like the groove doesn't change in a huge way, but the kicks are in different places. That's what I mean when I'm saying bits. And that's where like you can think back to like the old gutter punk drummers, and I don't know any of their names. I just know the style. Like if you're playing like that pattern would stay the same through like an entire song. I know early Blink-182 did some of that stuff. And Travis Barker's pretty dang good at it. But with him in particular, it's a good example too. Like he'll change up the beat in very subtle ways, sometimes in bigger ways, and I would consider that changing the groove. But when it's in just subtle ways, like again, just small changes like that. Maybe they go along with the guitar riff or what the bass player is doing, stuff like that. Here's an example that's not on this sheet, but I just thought of it. If you're playing like a swing pattern, especially like some old school swing where there's not a whole lot that you want to do with the bass drum, especially like, let's say we're keeping it just ride, hi-hat, and snare. Here's some examples. This happens in, again, like old swing tunes all the time. million things you can do with this. Max Roach would be a great example of somebody to look into for some of those swing examples. I need to just make a sheet on that, and stay tuned. Okay, so at this point, I think you kind of know what I'm talking about. What I'm going to do now is just play through the remaining 3 examples on the sheet. Again, go download that. I hope it's helpful for you. Let me know if it's helpful, and let me know if there are other things that you would like to see me do in a video that would help you on your drumming journey. But here are the 3 remaining examples. It'd be number 4, number 5, and then number 7. So here's number 4. Okay, here's number 5, which is a 3/4 pattern. All right, and last one on the page, this is number 7. At the very end, more of a is kind of combining a linear thing with nonlinear. That's all of them. Again, download this thing. Links in the description. Like and follow, and do all the cool things. We do cool drumming things around here. I'm not trying to copy Nick Nocturnal, but maybe a little bit. Seems like it's working for him, so whatever. Definitely comment below if there's something else that you want to see in a future video.